Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, how are you today? I hope you in good condition. In this occasion, I would like to explain you about story-based teaching, that activities for young learners. Storytelling has been a productive listening activity which reveals students to lots of comprehensible input and which has a theoretical principle. The job of a teacher is to create an atmosphere where they can participate the whole classroom with the art of storytelling. It never fails to attract young learners. There are kind of the story that can be used in teaching in story-based teaching. The first is fable tales, the second is folk tale, and the third is personal experience story. These kinds of story can be used in story-based teaching in the classroom, and it should match the theme of the lesson. The next is the objective of story-based teaching. What is the objective story of teaching? The first is focus on all the four skills. This lesson focuses on all the four skills such as speaking, writing, listening, and reading. It can use example of a famous fable like The Lion and the Mouse. And the second is memorizing vocabulary. While trying to teach English, flashcard will bring images of animal, vocabulary of animal in the forest, and describe it shortly. After the teacher give the picture of animal in the forest, the teacher can give brief or shortly describe of the animal. And the third is active students, actively asking and responding regarding personal likes and dislikes, familiarizing oneself with language, with descriptive language regarding animals. For example, if the students like the animal one and other students dislike the animal one. And next is the procedure of story-based teaching. There are 6 procedures of story-based teaching. Introduction. Introduction have duration 10 minutes. The teacher reads the story The Lion and the Mouse using the images from the book or images from the web search. While reading the story, the teacher makes a different voice to represent a different character from the story. Like the teacher can act as the lion or the teacher act like the mouse. So the teacher uh, as a different character in the story. It means that total physical response or TPR is class discussion. The duration in this stage is 5 minutes. The teacher asks the students what moral values they learn from the story, asks students to recall the new vocabulary they heard in the story, and ask students about the characters they like in the story. This discussion time is to encourage students to participate speaking in English. And the next is flashcard vocabulary introduction. The teacher introduces vocabulary of animal in the forest, like this one. The teacher give the picture and the name of the animal in order to introduce vocabulary. Next is vocabulary memorization game. This duration is 10 minutes. The way of the game is when the teacher confirms the list of vocabulary in one round, a keyword is decided and written on the blackboard. Students get into pairs. The teacher says at random the words. If it is not the keyword, students repeat and everyone claps twice. In the case of the keyword, it means that right keyword, students do not have to repeat or clap, but quickly stand up. So whoever the fastest stand up is the winner. And then change the keywords and repeat around 2. And the next stage of a hands-on active using worksheet. The duration is 10 minutes. The students will be designing a paragraph or sentence for their friend. This part of the lesson is for speaking as well as writing practice. Students will be interviewing their friends, and students get into pairs and ask their partners what animal they like and describe the animal. And from the answer, the students make a note of the answer. After one student finished writing the letters, they switch and the other students interview the first students. After making a note, the students start to make paragraph or make sentences from the answer. If the time permits, it is best to draw the animal and coloring the animal for their friends, as children like surprises and like drawing. And the next, exchange the worksheet and warm up. The duration is 5 minutes. The students will now exchange their worksheet uh, to their friends. While exchanging, they are encouraged to praise their friends and thanks each other. The teacher then works up praising children about their attitude and the use of English. So I think it's about the picture-based teaching, that activities for young learners. And thank you for your watching, and I apologize of my weaknesses, and finally I recite Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.